Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today we have part 7 of my Exploring China series, and we are in one of the ancient capitals of China, Xi'an. We took the high-speed rail to get here from Beijing, very smooth trip. Here we are at the hotel, staying across the road from the garbage classification theme park, which really does feel like a dream come true. Saw this Pokemon food at the store near the hotel, and no killer littering, which means don't throw your rubbish out of the windows. There's always some sort of funny translation back into English, which will be amusing. So here in Xi'an, Xiangqi province, there's a lot of history as we're in the crater of Chinese civilization. There have been fossil records discovered in this area of the Lantian man that lived here more than 500,000 years ago. One of the main reasons that tourists visit Xi'an today is because of the Terracotta Army tourist attraction located at the site of the Mausoleum of Qin Shi Huang. This was the burial site for the first emperor of China. He unified China by conquering warring states. He also helped to standardize the writing system, the currency, weights, measurements, and build the Great Wall of China. On the way to this site, we first stopped in at this art and furniture factory where you can pick up some souvenirs. They've truly mastered this tourist experience, as you can get terracotta warriors molded to your specifications that you provide, which can be an image of yourself or of a celebrity. So they showcase that with images of Taylor Swift and Ronaldo. The clay used at that furniture factory is the same clay from this area that was used for the actual army of warriors.
Right, tomb, mausoleum. Did you see that over there? Yeah, over there, 10 o'clock direction, the huge hill, right? Did you find it? Yeah, even now, many people believe Emperor never died. Emperor still sleeping inside. Sleeping. Oh, look. Oh, Emperor give me a call. Hello. Yeah, over there, see? You see on the left side. Did you see that? Hill, right? Yeah.
Okay, champions, we are here at the Terracotta Warriors, and this is a very, very famous, unique cultural experience that we get here in China. This is just a vending machine, but I thought the name was funny. The Intelligent Vending Cabinet for Aid Through Consumption in Emperor Qin Shi Huang's mausoleum site. Qin Shi Huang left a monumental legacy. In terms of the history of China, this is one of the most important figures that there has been. Before the Qin Dynasty, China was fractured into distinct states competing with each other for dominance. The primary purpose of the Terracotta Army was to protect and serve Qin Shi Huang in the afterlife. There was an entire army of horses, chariots, court entertainers, and there are about 8,000 unique life-sized warriors. The army have protected the first emperor for more than 2,000 years, but they were only discovered in 1974 by local farmers who stumbled across them whilst digging a well during a severe drought. Archaeologists originally went there on a 2-week mission to uncover more about the area, but more than 50 years later, only about a quarter of the total army have been discovered and restored. We saw the site of the well in Pit 1, which is the big tourist attraction that you can see here, and let me tell you, this area was absolutely packed full of people. I don't know if I've ever been to an area with this many people, aside from maybe the Hongyadong in Chongqing earlier in this Exploring China series. So here in Pit 1, which is the main area, many warriors are lined up in battle formation. Everything is meticulously planned. The eastern orientation of the army reflects Emperor Qin Shi Huang's belief in guarding against eastern threats and evil spirits. There are alternating rows of charioteers, infantry and cavalry in the core, and single columns facing north, south and west to protect the army from flank and rear attacks. Originally, the clay figures were painted with vivid mineral colours like blue, green and red, which showcased the advanced aesthetic standards and technology of the Qin era. Each warrior boasts uniquely crafted facial features, expressions, and hairstyles, which famously suggest that the sculptors based these off of real individuals. In addition to the terracotta warriors guarding the area of the mausoleum, the areas around the tomb of the emperor are filled with mercury. Unusually high levels of mercury have been detected in the soil around the burial mound, which plays into a long-held belief that there are mercury rivers which intended to reproduce the waterways of China. Additionally, there are automatic crossbow traps designed to fire at anyone attempting to enter. This is part of the reason why the actual burial chamber of Qin Shi Huang has never been opened. Archaeologists have had to be extremely cautious in this area, as the vibrant colours of the warriors faded almost instantly upon contact with the air. This is also to do with the mercury. Scientists believe the tomb could contain as much as 100 tons of mercury, which presents a dangerous health risk for those going near this toxic metal. It is theorised that the emperor consumed elixirs containing mercury, believing that they possessed magical properties, inspiring beliefs of immortality. Ironically, in a way, this mercury has now contributed to his tomb being undisturbed for over 2,000 years. Mum, what do you think of the Terracotta Warriors so far?
Oh, it's amazing, amazing.
What's it out of 10?
Definitely 10.
10. Underrated scenery here at the Terracotta Warriors, I would say. Very nice with the mountains in the background, nice trees and leaves. On the way out of seeing this great historic area, I was able to meet with one of the local farmers involved in the discovery of the warriors over 50 years ago. I met him inside the official museum site and got a personalised autograph from the man who makes a good living doing meet and greets with the tourists now. It was a cool addition to the overall experience, and I picked up a nice book explaining more of the history of the warriors in this area of Xi'an. Next up, we're in the Beiyuanmen Muslim Culture Street, which is a pedestrian marketplace flanked by traditional buildings with a buzzing atmosphere and plenty of food and snack options like skewers of meat and freshly squeezed pomegranate juice. This is random, but here I am winning a big discount off of jade. 3,000 yuan? My mum just bought a gift bag for a souvenir to carry books for like $2, and then with that I won a scratch card and I won 3,000 yuan off of a purchase of jade within their shop. That's like 800 bucks off for buying something for like $10. Anyway, here we are. What is this shop called? Who knows? After the big win of the jade necklace, I then accidentally bought half a kilo worth of 5 spiced beef jerky, which cost me 20 bucks. I bought this excessive amount due to language barrier issues.
Yeah, they have all the beautiful upturned eaves and the painted rafters, and at night time it's all been lit up.
Here we are at the Grand Tang Dynasty Everbright City, also known as the Tang Everbright City. This is a 2.1 kilometre long Tang-style pedestrian street, which is famous for its vibrant night lights, interactive street performances, and grand historical architecture. At the beginning of this pedestrian street is the giant Wild Goose Pagoda, which is one of the more famous buildings in Xi'an. We are about to try the Xiangqi Cultural Intangible Heritage Pure Lean Pork Sandwich, 16 yuan, over here at the vendor. Have a look. A bit salty, really good. What do you think?
That's beautiful.
City wall. Can you see the fantastic city wall? Very good, beautiful gate. Yeah. Remember during the daytime we pass by, but nighttime is different. Tomorrow morning, we are still departure 8:15.
View from the hotel again. One thing I love in China is how wide the roads are, obviously to accommodate humongous numbers of cars and people. And then more elevated translations. Please don't pushing the button randomly. Next we're at a Chinese calligraphy lesson. Here we sat watching our teacher do some bamboo brushwork before attempting to draw some Chinese characters of our own. Young children in China are taught from an early age the importance of calligraphy and the order of the strokes. Chinese characters can be retraced back to 4000 BC signs. Even though the instructor said the process clearly, I started getting confused with the order, and even though I only needed about 5 brush strokes, I somehow stuffed mine up. There were some other cool artwork pieces on display in the building, and I particularly enjoyed the seasons of the Great Wall paintings. The Xi'an ancient city wall is one of the oldest, largest, and best preserved Chinese military defense systems in existence. It encloses the heart of the former imperial capital and is a masterclass in medieval siege engineering and urban defense. The current wall was constructed during the Ming Dynasty, around 1370 AD. The wall was built directly over the foundations of the earlier Tang Dynasty imperial city wall, which dated to 582 to 904 AD, which was later reinforced with brick facing during the Qin Dynasty. Hopefully that's not too confusing to follow along with. The total specifications of the wall are that it is 12 metres high, 13.74 kilometres long, and there are 4 main gates facing in the cardinal directions. Lots of Chinese city walls were demolished during the 20th century urban expansion, but Xi'an's wall survived largely intact thanks to local preservation efforts, and this was one of the tourist sites that I really enjoyed being at. You can walk or cycle around the 13-kilometre loop and take in views of both ancient gatehouses and modern skyscrapers. What do you think, Mum?
Very grand, very beautiful.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have been reunited with the Starbucks Sea Salt Caramel Ice Shaken Espresso. Delicious. When we were just roaming around the streets of Xi'an, we came across this group of Chinese uncles playing a game called Xiangqi, which is essentially a Chinese version of chess. This game is also played in Vietnam apparently, where it is known as Ko Tung. Some of the pieces in this game are the general, the advisor, the elephant, the horse, the chariot, the cannon, and the soldier. The origins of this game reflect China's military tactics, philosophy, and political history. The origins trace back around 2,300 years ago, but the exact rules of the modern game have been in place for around 1,000 years. It is common for the matches to be played loud, passionately, and be a collective spectator sport. There is a famous Chinese expression which translates to, "He who watches a chess game in silence is a true gentleman." In reality, nobody follows this, and spectators routinely yell out suggested moves and mock blunderous plays. Some players will assert dominance and win over the crowd by fiercely smacking the pieces down. In some cases, it is allegedly relatively common for players that are losing or being overwhelmed by the crowd to be subbed out by a vocal spectator who thinks they can do better. It is a lot to do with social connection, banter, and community. We've just arrived at the Xi'an train station. We're about to go to Wuxi. So here we are at the very clean train station. There's a Dairy Queen here. I was very excited to see that. One of my favourite ice cream sort of places. Unfortunately, we don't have it here in Australia, so I love seeing that in China. Here we have change that I got from a pharmacy. They gave me some coins and a Band-Aid. Sometimes they just give you random stuff for change. People don't usually pay in cash, so that's not a common thing, but they did for me, and it happened a couple of times.
我刚刚好自己的想法，人已婴儿车行动不便了，所以只提下1楼。
thanks for watching this video. Xi'an was my mum's favourite city out of all the places that we went to in China, probably on account of it being a real historical treat. Next up, we are going back on the high-speed rail, and in the next episode, we'll be exploring the Jiangsu and Zhejiang provinces. Please come along for part 8. Hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching, and let me know what you thought in the comments. Bye.